Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you the final checkout video of a really cool A&E 3-slot chrome payphone. And this is Melissa's telephone from Illinois, and she's north of Chicago. So this telephone had some work done to it before we got it in the shop, but didn't look like they had ever finished it up. And so there was quite a bit to do to this telephone. And we replaced the handset. There was a crack in the original handset, and Melissa wanted to try to get a different handset. And I don't know if the video's picking that up or not, but there is a slight crack here that runs down the old handset. So we replaced the handset on this telephone. We're going to go ahead and drop some money in now. And on the nickels, you're going to hear the bell ring once, and then the dimes will ring twice, and then the quarters will gong. We'll do a nickel, dime, quarter, nickel, dime, quarter, and then a nickel, and a dime. So we know that the money is dropping through now and falling into the cash drawer. And what's really cool about this telephone is she's got the keys to it. So she had the vault key and she had the body key. So that's always a plus when you have that, because if you don't have the keys to them, then we have to find different ways of what we're going to do, locate keys, locks. There's some aftermarket locks that we use to try to save the customer as much as we can, and also we search down original keys and locks and things like that. So basically we're going to do some checks to this telephone. I'm going to go ahead and ring it now. I'll let that go a couple times. And let it go one more. Give you some dial tone. And what we're going to do is dial some numbers. End in a 2. We'll ring it again. Take dial tone away. Go ahead and talk into the handset. And on that red indicator on the analyzer, what you'll see is 100% modulation every time that red light lights on the analyzer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know that the telephone is working now, and it has transmit and it has receive. So what we're going to do now is put the line cord over into a regular line, and we'll go ahead and dial. Give you some dial tone there. We'll go ahead and dial like a time and temp number.
Today is Monday, May 23rd. The time is 1:47. Current temperature 73 degrees. Now the weather forecast for the Belleville area. Showers and thunderstorms are possible overnight, a low in the upper 60s. On Monday, showers and thunderstorms likely with a high in the low 80s.
And I'm going to go ahead and give you some dial tone. and I'm going to dial my number. And it'll be busy. So we know everything is working on this telephone. We'll do some checks on the inside and kind of show you a little bit of what we had to do with this telephone. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the body right now and kind of set that to the side. And as you can see here, you're going to have a little plug here. And basically what you do is you just unplug that, and that removes your body. And some of these had a line that had a plug on them, and some of them had some finger contacts right in this area. And this telephone did not have any of that, and they were not located on the inside either. So basically, when they're missing in the body, I reproduced this piece and put them in. But since this telephone didn't have the contacts inside the body or on the base, on the mount, we went ahead and went with a plug. And so I designed a little plug here, and you can see that we had to install that and put the plug in. Some of the other things that this telephone didn't have was it didn't have any connections here. So we installed this connecting block, and everything you see here is basically we wired everything up. I also installed a modular port. I like to be able to install a modular port so that you can simply go ahead and swing this telephone around real quick. This one doesn't. This modular line cord doesn't have a clip on it because I use it all the time, and just kind of gets in the way. So as you can see, there's a modular port there, and I like to install a modular port. It just gives these telephones a lot cleaner look. It really looks tacky when someone does one of these payphones or a telephone and they just kind of like hang a line cord out the back of it. I like to be able to give them a line port. That way they can plug any line cord they want, any length and any color, whatever. And it just makes it for a cleaner look. So now we have a modular port installed. Go ahead and swing the telephone back around real quick. And here you can see the coin validator. We went through the coin validator, made sure everything was, all the coins were dropping through. And then she had her original locks for the body, so she didn't need any of that, any locks or any keys. We did install a bell. I like to install bells in them. I've seen guys install piezo buzzers and things like that, but I don't care for that. We go with a bell on these because it's more original to the telephone. So after we installed the mount for your plug to plug the body in to be able to dial out, and rewired everything and wired everything up, and installed a block, a modular line port, we installed a network. And here on, there was a lot of little things that we had to do. On the hook switch, they had a bolt and a nut going through the top. Now this one's mounted through the body. This one just kind of came out of a screw hole in the back, like what you would see right here. And we turned that around and cut it off because of the fact that you wouldn't have been able to mount this telephone on the wall the way they had it. The nut was sticking out, and it would have gotten in the way, and they have to be flushly mounted up against the wall. So basically, you know, we had to, it was just a lot of little things. The hook switch here, they have a setup, whoever worked on this telephone before, with a spring in it, and it was a little too aggressive. It was just way too aggressive. It wasn't hanging up and properly, so we had to readjust that and rework that. So it just kind of gives you a look of everything that you kind of have to go through to get these telephones back into a working environment, and they're well worth it. Anything that you do to these telephones will always end up being well worth it. They're just great items, and anybody would want to have one of these. They're just beautiful telephones, and they're a lot of fun. The serial number and everything is on the top of this one, and so that's pretty cool. What I'm going to go ahead and do is set the video down and put the body back on. I'll go ahead and I'll show you this real quick though. All you have to do now to the body is you want to take this plug and go ahead and plug it in. Then you want to make sure that your wire is kind of tucked up in here when you set the body on. That way it won't get in your way. And they, like I said, they made these phones two ways. They had some finger contacts here, and then they also had plugs. So it's not uncommon for to open one of these up and see that they plug in together, and that's not uncommon at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set this telephone back where it belongs, and I also want to make sure that I get my wire connected up and out of the way. Now I noticed on this telephone you always have little odd things with these telephones, how they fit, but this one you want to push in, and on here you want to push to the left a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and set the video down and get the body back on the way it's supposed to be and get it locked. So the telephone is all finished up now, and Melissa should be happy to get this back in working condition. It's really a cool telephone, and I believe it belonged to her husband's father. He probably worked for the telephone company from what I understand, and he acquired this through the telephone company. So it's really a great find. It's a keeper. These are beautiful telephones, and we get calls about these all the time. People looking for parts, looking for to have them converted to home use, and they're just beautiful telephones, and they make, you know, a really nice setup when you install them and they're in working condition. So we'll go ahead and ring this one more time, and I'll set the line cord back over into the analyzer. Give you some dial tone, and I'll go ahead and dial the numbers one more time. And I'll end in a 2. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. One last thing, what I want to show you is, I'll go ahead and open up the vault now. go ahead and get our bubble gum money out. Gives you a little look at the vault. And they have the cash drawer. So that's always a plus, and that's cool. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.